Something important is happening right now as I'm speaking to you. We have Bitcoin and altcoins making a huge decision. We are at a pivotal point, and this following week we have a massive event that will either indicate whether this was just a fake out or if we will break out. So we're going to go through that. I'll explain to you everything you need to know right now on Saturday. If you don't mind, hit subscribe so you can see future videos just like this. If you haven't already joined BYDeFi, check it out underneath the video. We're about halfway through this trading competition, but it's really just a trading giveaway. We have almost $22,000 in a prize pool that's going to be distributed to the traders of this from everyone that's ever clicked my link. So we constantly run these. If you're on another exchange that doesn't constantly reward you just for trading, you should think about joining BYDeFi. I know there were a couple exchanges yesterday too that went down due to the volatility. Have multiple exchanges that you trade on. I use a handful. You should try out BYDeFi. Link underneath the video. Also check out my Telegram down there as well. I've been posting in there, and I told everyone what I was buying yesterday. So let's take a look at the market. Ethereum bounced perfectly off of this support line. You can see it used to be resistance. Now it is flipping into support, just like we predicted. We went very aggressive with a 5x long, up 72% on that. Now we did get rejected right at the previous all-time high, as you can see, within a few dollars. Of course, we did actually break slightly above it. So there, some people are saying we hit new all-time highs, which is technically correct. But then we got rejected right around that level. So it's basically just double topping there. Now, maybe we consolidate a little bit before moving back up. We'll take a look at some different considerations there in a second. But you can see Bitcoin basically doing the same thing now, not hitting all-time highs, but getting rejected by this trend line. Of course, just like Ethereum, we broke out slightly above it, but now we're back in this range at $115,000. Now, it was a good week. It wasn't a good week for the ETFs, but it was a good day for the ETFs yesterday. The Ethereum ETF net inflow was just about $1/3 billion. A lot of that coming from Fidelity and BlackRock. Now, on the other side, though, the Bitcoin ETFs actually still saw an outflow, most likely due to IBIT being delayed today. It's delayed while the other ETFs don't seem to be, so it had a negative $200 million day, while all the other ETFs were zero or positive on the day. So most likely seeing a pretty large inflow day on Monday. And we continue to see more and more companies buying Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. ETHZilla just filed a $10 billion stock offering to buy more Ethereum. Most likely we'll be getting news from MicroStrategy and Metaplanet and all the other companies that are constantly buying Bitcoin. It does seem like they've slowed down a little bit. I don't know if it's just due to this recent pullback, but it does seem like there are less new companies that are buying Bitcoin that are being announced. For a while there, it was like every single day we were hearing about 2 new companies that are buying Bitcoin. Now it's slowed down, which I don't necessarily think is the worst thing, because just like price, sometimes it needs to slow down just to consolidate for a little while so you don't get overheated. Like if every single company in the world was buying and then there was a dip, that could cause some people to get shaken out. Now, you can see RSI has come down a lot. Bitcoin's RSI is sitting right around 47. Ethereum RSI is moving back up a little bit, but look at where we are. We're right at the same price basically that we were on the 15th when we were racing up. And that was when we were at an 81 RSI. Now we're at a 68 RSI. So even though we're at the same price or even maybe slightly higher, the relative strength index has come down, basically showing we're not as overheated. I mean, we were at a 87 RSI back when we were at a $3,800 Ethereum, because we had gone from about 2,100 to 3,800 in a very short period of time. So we cooled off for a little bit. RSI came down. We raced up to new highs. RSI came down since the previous peak of 3,800. It was much lower when we went up to 4,700. And then we're doing the same thing now, and it's lower again. So that is bullish. This is what happens, right? People get freaked out, but this constantly happens where we pump, cool down, pump, cool down. Hopefully, we'll see another pump here and see Ethereum breaking out to all-time highs. Now, these kinds of purchases from companies, if they're really able to buy, $1 billion a week or something like that, that will cause the price to go up pretty drastically. And that has been a big tailwind for Ethereum recently. Looks like XRP might be getting a break too soon. There are a bunch of XRP ETF filings being updated just yesterday, most certainly due to feedback from the SEC, good sign, but also mostly expected. BlackRock still hasn't filed for an XRP ETF. They said that they're not really looking to do that, or a Solana ETF anytime soon. Solana, though, looking pretty bullish here today. Last time I looked at $204. Just pull this up so you can take a look at price action here too. So we've gotten rejected right around 205 to 210 several times. So it'd be great to see another higher high. I said just about a week ago when I was talking with Tyler on the channel, Ethereum was maybe right around 160 to 170. I said, I think this is a pretty good trade right now because everyone's looking at Ethereum, everyone's looking at Bitcoin, but Solana's got no love and it's setting higher lows consistently and higher highs. And what do you know? Like, it's up at 205 now. You can go back and watch a video. But yeah, it's looking pretty bullish, right? I don't know how anyone could look at this chart and say that looks bearish. Now, Bitcoin dominance has broken down a bit, falling out of this range, this multi-year range, 2023, 2024, and half of 2025. It's been in this range, and now it's breaking down. We're down at 58.3%, really because of Ethereum just breaking out, and Solana's doing well too. So people going a little bit more risk on, possibly with the Fed pivot. Yesterday, we saw Ethereum go up 15%, while Bitcoin just went up, 4% or so? If we look at ETH versus BTC as well, you can see it's at 0.04. So still far away from where it was back in 2022 when it was at 0.08. Some people are saying, Ethereum doesn't look like it's at all-time highs because they're looking at the ETH BTC chart, but it has made up a good amount of room here. It's maybe moved up 40% of the way back up to the 2021 highs, back at 0.09. So kind of interesting. Good for Ethereum holders. As you can see, this is why you want to sell, though. Take profit during this bull run, especially on cryptos that you don't really want to hold throughout a bear market. Look at this. 2017. This person had a 17% allocation to NEO, 7% to Civic, 7% to PIVX, 6% to Lisk, 5% to Monero. What do you notice? Well, there are only 2 cryptos I actually recognize on this list, right? So this is why you want to take profits over time, because a lot of cryptos go down to 0, right? Now, we have a big week this week. Obviously, there will be some economic data coming through, but everyone's eyes are going to be on NVIDIA. On Wednesday, NVIDIA reports earnings. NVIDIA, the darling of the stock market, up 1,300% in the last 5 years. Over the last 1 year, up 38%. The biggest stock in the stock market that's continuously growing faster than just about every company in the S&P 500, right? There might be 1 or 2 that are growing slightly faster, but this thing is a giant, and the whole market will be watching this. We already have a good indication, I think, that NVIDIA is going to do well on earnings, just because there's so many big tech companies that are still spending and talking about spending so much money on AI and going through NVIDIA. Just Friday, NVIDIA was up basically 2%, the same as the NASDAQ, which is a good sign, I think. A lot of it will come down to forward guidance as well. Are they still thinking that they're going to grow aggressively, or are they going to start growing a little bit slower? It's not at the most insane PE that it's ever been at either. It's at 57, so it's not really cheap, but it's still growing very quickly. So it's hard to just look at the PE and tell whether something's cheap or not, right? You should look at the PE and the growth. I don't think it's necessarily extremely overvalued like a lot of other tech companies I'm seeing that are valued at 100 PE and are barely growing, or 300 PE, 500 PE. So I'll be watching this. The whole market will be watching this, and this will indicate or will influence crypto even, because people want to know that the traditional market's doing well, and if they know that, then they will invest in more risk-on assets like crypto. Of course, let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. I really do appreciate it. Again, check out BYDFi underneath the video. There's no reason not to try it out and see if you like it, especially now that they have this big trading competition. You can get some free money just for trading on the platform. Check out the other links too. I have BTCC, BTCC Weeks, and BLOFIN. All of them offer some different bonuses. People have been loving the CoinW feature on BLOFIN where you can trade crypto with crypto. You can do that on BYDFi as well. So check those out underneath. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.